There's been a lot of speculation recently about where Funko is heading with their soda line. Well, today I've got some news that may just blow your mind. What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about Funko sodas, and I have some critical news updates that I think are very important for all of you eager soda collectors out there who are dying to get your hands on some new characters. Now, what's really interesting about what's been going on with sodas recently is the fact that Funko has in fact slowed down. When it comes to Funko, for whatever reason, when they keep pumping and pumping and pumping certain products, everybody gets overwhelmed and wants Funko to stop. But when Funko does actually slow down on producing one specific line, everybody immediately resorts to saying that that line is dead. And that's currently what we have going on with the soda line. Now, there's a couple sodas that have raised some eyebrows recently, specifically the Velma and Jelly Belly soda, because Entertainment Earth has officially canceled those pre-orders. Lots of you watching this video probably got email from Entertainment Earth with that cancellation if you happen to be pre-ordering those specific sodas through Entertainment Earth. But the first part of this video is going to be talking about two critical updates with those sodas, and I'm here to tell you that I don't think that they're actually canceled by Funko. So first, let's start off with the Velma soda. Velma, of course, is coming from the Scooby-Doo line, and when it comes to Scooby-Doo, Funko was actually very successful with the Scooby-Doo sodas. Back in April of 2022, they came out with a soda 6-pack with Scooby-Doo characters, and that actually sold out very quickly, and all of those sodas are highly desired by hundreds, if not thousands, of collectors to this day. Velma was supposed to be a 7,000 piece soda with a pretty basic chase, but very fitting for her character, as she was going to be holding the magnifying glass. Now, I have a theory, and I've heard this from a lot of other different people as well, that the Velma soda could have been pulled by Funko to use for another follow-up Scooby-Doo cooler. Now, overall, the coolers are not doing well ever since the Turtles cooler and the Scooby-Doo cooler. For the most part, every other cooler has been sitting on the Funko shop, and they've only been moving whenever there's a big sale. So Funko clearly needs a catalyst, a spark, if they want to continue dropping these soda 6-pack coolers. And why not go back to something that was successful, do it again, but this time a little bit differently. They could do a different style color scheme for the follow-up Loungefly bag. You could put Velma in that cooler. Of course, if you bump it up to 10,000 pieces, now you're going to sell 3,000 more of the Velmas than you would have previously sold, of course, with it being 7,000 pieces. And this is actually a pretty good theory considering the fact that we still have not gotten Daphne, we have not gotten Fred, and there's plenty of other villains that they could throw in this cooler to give us 3 more exclusive sodas for this follow-up Scooby-Doo cooler. Still a theory, however, Velma is not canceled because there are several other retailers that have not been told by Funko to issue refunds for their pre-orders. Several of you may have Velma still pre-ordered with other companies that have not been told to cancel. If this soda was in fact canceled, and it's going to be the same thing with the Jelly Belly that we're going to talk about briefly in just a second, Funko would have told every single retailer, every single small company holding those sodas for pre-order to cancel them, refund your money. These sodas are not coming. So because Entertainment Earth, as of the recording of this video, is the only company to have done so, I still firmly believe that there's a lot of hope that we will see Velma in the near future. Now, really quick, I want to touch on Jelly Belly, because Jelly Belly is a little bit of a different scenario when it comes to this soda. This was supposed to be a 10,000 piece run with a really great looking mold for the common and the chase. The common was going to be the red jelly bean soda, and then the common being the purple jelly bean with no mold change. But nonetheless, looks fantastic, and to my knowledge, Funko has never made a Jelly Belly product before. So this would in fact be release of a brand new license agreement with another company in the form of a collectible item. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So I did some research on the Jelly Belly company, as I heard some people talking in the community saying that Funko had actually lost the license with Jelly Belly, and that is why this soda was being held up. So in October of last year, the Jelly Belly company was actually acquired, well, it was sold and then acquired to the Ferrara Candy Company. Now, they have said that they are not changing anything that Jelly Belly was doing before. They're keeping the name, they're keeping the brand branding on all their products and everything, and they've even kept all the same employees and their main headquartered location in Connecticut. But what I'm wondering is maybe their contract agreement with Funko is just something that got lost in the shuffle during the sale. I do find it odd that this soda was supposed to come out by now, and right around this time the company was sold to a different company, so I think there could be something there, and that's potentially why this soda is delayed. Now, it still says it's coming according to certain websites, and that's why certain retailers have not canceled it, like Velma, but I wanted to share that tidbit of information because I think there's something going on with Jelly Belly and their license agreement with Funko. Now, before we jump into the mega soda news that I have to share for you guys, and trust me, I am beyond excited, I want to just briefly touch on what's going on with the 3-liter sodas. Now, the 3 liters overall are not selling well either. There's a lot of them that are constantly getting put up for sale on Funko's website. They're expensive and they take up a lot of room, and therefore I think that's why a lot of collectors are not going after them. We are supposed to be getting a 3-liter Maui soda, Maui of course being the character from Moana. There is a Moana sequel in the works, so I think it could be a good time to be releasing that Maui. We should get it pretty soon. And then there was also that leaked image of the Freddy Funko 3-liter. I think if we do in fact get that 3-liter, it's going to be a big con release, probably San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con if I had to guess. But still, we've only gotten that one blurry image, so jury's out if we will ever get that 3-liter soda. Now moving on to the giant soda news that I have for you guys. And I think this is a perfect time if Funko does actually follow through with what I'm about to share with you guys. I think it's a perfect time for them to do so because it's definitely going to get a lot of collectors hyped, including myself. So, thanks to a source that I cannot reveal, they actually gave me some insider information from the Amazon database. So recently, Amazon actually uploaded, and I do have pictures to show you guys, a listing for an Ahsoka soda, and this specifically says Star Wars The Clone Wars Ahsoka, and I'm very excited because an Ahsoka soda is long overdue. Now, if you guys recall, about I want to say a year ago, there was actually rumored that we were going to be getting a whole wave of Star Wars The Clone Wars sodas. They were also rumored to be unnumbered, but due to everything that's happened with the unnumbered sodas and them just selling terribly, I think Funko has actually delayed this Ahsoka soda as well as the other ones that we're about to touch on because they are going to make them numbered sodas. And the reason that I think they're going to make it numbered is because if you guys can see in the listing, it actually says 1 out of 6 odds for a rare chase variant. Now, Funko never actually stated that the odds for an unnumbered soda was 1 out of 6. And we opened up a few unnumbered sodas here on the channel, and we've also seen a lot of other channels opened up unnumbered sodas, and I would venture to say that those sodas are not 1 out of 6. Because they weren't numbered, Funko probably did not even bother to keep track of how many they produced, so who knows if the odds for certain characters were 1 out of 2, 1 out of 3, or maybe 1 out of 30. The fact that there's so few unnumbered character chases on the market leads me to believe that those in fact are not 1 out of 6 odds, and I'm very hopeful that this Ahsoka soda, as well as these other 5 characters that have also been recently loaded into Amazon's database, are in fact going to be numbered piece count Star Wars The Clone Wars sodas and have a 1 out of 6 chance at getting a chase. So in addition to Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Captain Rex, Anakin, Darth Maul, and Asajj Ventress have all been preloaded into Amazon's system. Now, if you guys can also see on the picture, it does say currently unavailable. We don't know when or if this item will be back in stock, but it is not uncommon for Amazon to preload a generic picture like this one before they actually put up the actual item for sale. So Funko could now be using Amazon to distribute sodas because maybe they saw a a good bump in sales there. They think Amazon is a good way to distribute these sodas fairly. People can't walk into an Amazon store or warehouse and rip these open like they could with the sodas that were put on Target shelves or Walmart shelves. And I think it's a perfect time of the year to actually do this because we have May the 4th right around the corner. Now, an Ahsoka soda is long overdue. We had Ahsoka Season 1 last year, so in my opinion, that would have been a perfect time to drop an Ahsoka soda. In fact, I actually have a great concept of an Ahsoka soda that I found courtesy of Pop Draw, and I even found this amazing concept of a Captain Rex soda done by the great Chase Chaser. Both of these look beautiful, and I would just be so curious to see what Funko comes up with to make these actually the Clone Wars versions or variants of these characters in soda form. Now, we've already gotten a Darth Maul soda, but the other few, well, we got Obi-Wan, of course, but the other few characters, of course, we have not gotten. And Joanna actually brought up a great point when I told her about this soda leak. She said, well, there is 6. They could make a Clone Wars, Star Wars soda 6-pack for May the 4th. And how freaking crazy would that be? What a way to get Star Wars and soda hype back on track from Funko if they were to actually do that. But guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I am still very hopeful for the future of sodas. I think if Funko is going to limit production across the field with regular sodas, coolers, and 3 liters, I am all for it, and I'm very excited to see if these leaks from the Amazon database end up actually coming true. So guys, subscribe so you don't miss out on any future soda news, soda openings, and everything having to do with collecting sodas because we absolutely love them. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, don't stop shooting until you score.